Bull, yesterday we mentioned the 5 players who came off the PUP list.
Yep.
One player who is still on the PUP list is Nick Chubb, and also Naheem Hines, who is another running back in that running back staple for the Browns, which means the 3 healthy running backs as of 11:24 this morning are Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong,
Foreman.
and Deonta Foreman, and 2 of those, Foreman and Strong, are dealing with rib injuries. So my question, do the Browns have enough at running back through the first couple weeks of the season until Nick Chubb's able to return to the field, or should they look at the free agent market, check the waiver claims after today, potentially look into making a trade? Do they need running back help until Nick Chubb is ready to return to the field?
I mean, I guess it depends on the status of Foreman and Strong. If those guys are ready to play, then they're fine. I mean, I think you're good. If not, there's always some interesting running backs that can be picked up. For example, I was reading yesterday that the Broncos are moving on from Samaje Perine, who was okay last year, had a really good year as the number 2 back 2 years ago with the Bengals. Like, he'd be a guy that if Deonta Foreman weren't ready, I'd go get him. You know, and he's a guy you could bring in. He's a veteran, and then won't have a hard time.
Catches the ball out the back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he could do that. But if Deonta Foreman especially is ready, and I know he had that what looked like a really scary injury, but that's a while now, and I think he's fine, right? It's rib.
He played. He's played in the game.
Yeah,
since,
so
you assume he's healthy from
I
that.
think he's okay. I'm what I'm curious about when it comes to running back guys, and I'm curious what you think. I wonder, like, Deonta Foreman is Nick Chubb very light. He's the same style of player. Obviously not anywhere close to
physical
good.
runner.
Right, physical runner. He's not a pass catcher really. He's a between the tackles guy. But he's more of like a first, second down back, right? Whereas Jerome Ford can do anything, not great, but he's a guy who catches passes. He's more of a, like, I wonder if they'll use Deonta Foreman as a first, like, kind of the running game back, and then Jerome Ford as the passing game back. Obviously not that simplistic. Or is it Jerome Ford, you got these 2 series, Deonta Foreman, you got the 3rd series, and kind of rotate that
I think
way.
that's how they usually do it.
With Pierre Strong as maybe a change
They usually
of pace.
run it where you got these first couple of series,
right?
Then you get the next 1 or 2 series, because you don't want to do it where first and second down run plays you in. Because the defense, me at safety,
right? I hear you
it's a run, like so you don't want to do that.
Fair.
So you got to make sure if whoever's in, they both got to be able to do both, because you don't want to give a tail away.
True.
So last year, even with Nick Chubb and Kareem, or even with Jerome and them, Jerome would get the first couple, then Kareem would get a series, then Jerome would take some more, then Kareem. So I think that's how they do it, just to keep the hits off the body.
Who's first?
Who's going out there first? Jerome Ford.
Yeah, I agree.
I do too.
I think Ford's the 1A and Foreman's more like a 2. I would think the carries would kind of be 2-1, or the touches would be 2-1 in Ford's favor. I would think.
I think you wait and see how the game plays out.
Yeah.
Probably going into the game, that's probably what you're expecting.
I could see them using. You're right. It would kind of be Ford 2 series and then Hunt 1, but they'd also use Hunt in, like, 4th and inches in goal line situations. They'll use Foreman.
Foreman will definitely be in for that.
Yeah, he'll be,
because he talked about that. Remember what game was it? Was it the first game where he scored on the 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so in his post-game interview, he goes, he was upset because he said it took me two times. I should have got it in on the first one.
Yeah.
And that tells me that he knows that he's going to be there.
Yeah. He's playing the Kareem Hunt role.
Yes.
Once Chubb got hurt.
They got locks. They both wear 27. I didn't know he was a returner. Did he return last week for the Seahawks game?
I did not know that.
I swear he was the kick returner last week.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
I swear I heard Chris Rose and Nathan say Foreman was returning that kick. I was like, what?
Really? I don't remember. I don't know. You could be right. But, Jason, you comfortable with that backfield for the first 4 or 5 weeks, or would you look on the free agent market?
No, they knew. I think they've had a pretty good idea for a while that Chubb was probably going to start on the PUP.
And maybe Hines as well.
And they built the training camp roster knowing that. Mm-hmm. So if it's serious with Foreman or Strong, and I don't think it is, then maybe you have to look outside. But I think they're going to roll with what they've got at this point. I agree with you. I think Jerome Ford gets the first carry.
I played with 2 of them running backs on there. Breida the Cheetah and Jet. Oh, Jerick McKinnon.
Foreman did return a kick, by the way.
Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping.
He got one return Darden had 4. Prochet had 1.
I feel-
Darden and Prochet were both let go this morning.
Where did he have
Prochet got let
They
go.
both got let go.
I
huh?
thought he would stay if Hines was on the PUP list because they don't have
Yeah.
a returner.
Maybe they got somebody in mind that they're going to pick up. I don't know.
gotta
I'm not
imagine-
interested in any of those running backs. Are you guys?
No.
Yeah, no.
If I had,
if I had to choose, I'd choose Matt Breida or Jet McKinnon.
I was just going to say McKinnon. I don't think Breida's got anything
former
left. but
teammates. I'm always going to root for my
McKinnon's
guys.
a really good pass catcher.
He is.
He's interesting. I actually wouldn't
Yeah.
hate that move just because, he brings – and once again, he's probably not here once Chubb gets back, but he's won Super Bowls with the Chiefs. And as a third down weapon, Andy Reid was really creative in getting him the ball in space, and he was really effective in that. So I know Jerome Ford was second in the NFL in touchdown receptions for a running back last year, only behind CMC. But McKinnon seems like he could be a gadget weapon in a way, just to give you a little more versatility.
I could see them. I mean, if with Hines and Nick Chubb starting on the PUP list, they really only have 3 backs. So a lot of teams will keep 4 backs.
What is Hines' injury?
I think he's still recovering from his ACL last year, right?
Yes. They're still not healthy from the injury that kept
Who
him out all
is
of
the
last season.
returner?
Yeah, I don't know who the return guy is going to be.
We're going to ask Zach in an hour.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
got a
He'll be
point
in
there.
studio with
David
us.
Bell, who made the 53-man roster.
He did officially make it?
He has officially made it, yes.
I
Or at
feel-
least reportedly has officially made it.
I since we're teasing it anyway, I kind of feel like we should get to it now. What's going on?
We got
with
Dave
the roster.
Richard in 1 minute, so.
Oh, we got Dave in a minute?
Yeah,
We'll get to
so
some fantasy stuff.
Let's wrap this up, then we'll bring
Yeah.
in Dave, and we'll get to the other stuff on the other side, because we're going to talk some Guardians as well. But Bolt,
Okay.
finish this up so I could get a mic check from Dave.
Yeah. So anyway, I think, listen, we all knew Nick. I think we were all pretty sure that Nick Chubb was not going to start the season on the roster. I'm guessing he'll be back by week 5 or 6, especially because yesterday Mike noted that a lot of his incentives are based on playing 12 games.
Yeah.
So that would mean coming back week 6. They
What
play
is-
Washington week 5. Week 6, 7, and 8 they play
Yeah.
Philly, Cincy, and Baltimore. I think that's when they're hoping to have him back for that
It will be.
trio game.
It's sad that's your first game back is against those tough
Yeah, I think you
opponents.
better get him back for week 5.
Yeah, I think you don't want to
We
throw
shall
the first
see.
game out there.
All right, we're going to talk some fantasy.